Here we have 2 dump truck loads of local sand. It's probably about 20 tons, and that'll be enough for 2 sculptures. And there's supposed to be 2 more truckloads coming today.
This form is the bottom form. This will be our base. And then this one over here will go on top. And then we'll do a couple round plastic forms on the top.
I want this to be slightly smaller than this so that there's a pyramid kind of base, right? So something like this would probably work. We'll put the clamps on, then we tape the thing up so water doesn't escape through here. Because when the water begins to run out, it takes the sand with it, and pretty soon you have a hollow. It's very hard to. We want to pound the sand in so it's really hard as we can make it.
The qualities of good sand are that it's unwashed pit sand from some deposit in the ground that's maybe sat there for thousands of years.
So now we'll just try to spread the sand evenly. So the whole thing is really going to try to have an evenness of humidity throughout the compaction.
You know when you have 2 plates of glass and you put water in between, you can't separate them? That's what happens with good quality sand. The water forms a bond between the particles, and that's what holds it up. And that's what baffles people, because they can't understand how we can make sand stand 10 feet tall. Like, how do you do that?
Send this to you, Hayes.
In general, it's pretty bomber.
When we first take the form off, we'd like to take our thumb and just check it. And if any place where it starts to go in, you go, okay, that's a little soft, but generally it shouldn't be able to push in at all. Like it. So it's solid.
No, it's fine. That's just on the outside.
Ta-da!
The rule for sculpting is to work from the top down. Because as soon as you carve something, sand falls down and covers, if you carve below it, it covers that detail.
I'm standing on the giant's head right here.
So you got to be very methodical about that.
This is just how a head is shaped. I find the highest spot and then I peel away from the highest spot.
It's the beanstalk. This is a leaf. I'm just playing around with this just right now, just trying to get some sense of the feeling what it's going to look like.
It's always hard to get the first cut or 2 in there. You're committed then.
I quit my job as a mason to come and build chimneys out of sand.
We're just getting the idea on finding the frog inside the box.
Every sand sculptor's got to have one of these, because this is just your shaping, roughing out. You do a lot with these. We call them willospheres. It's a tool for making little perfect spheres. Isn't that absolutely amazing? The brush works really nicely for smoothing out the surfaces and getting rid of the loose sand. You know, you can see all the tool marks and everything, and then as soon as you take the brush to it, voila! This is called an air-powered granular displacement device.
We've worked together, but I don't think that's a secret language yet.
We have, subtle family understanding. This is the tailor's face. I want the mirror to be as wide as possible. That's and it has to look smooth and graceful all the way through all the intersecting points. Still needs to feel like it's not broken anywhere. Nice steady line.
I am trying to find the person's arm that is holding the mirror, but I'm trying to figure out the angle, which makes sense.
We go like this if we want. Make it look more leaf-like. It's just a small suggestion of a line. Going in behind here like this. Create a shadow.
Shadows are just great.
You can undercut underneath there and into the eye, and it'll really make it black.
Just on this piece right now, we're just going to spray glue on the top, just to waterproof it a bit. It's just watered down carpenter's glue. So a lot of people think the glue gives it strength, but that's not the case. They call it a windscreen, because if it's really blowing hard, this will dry out and actually will just start flying away. See? Part of my roof just coming off.
Oh shit.
Is it devastating or no?
I'm not excited about it. No, so I'll try and put a little patch on there to start with.
Well, it's looking pretty solid now.
Got to create some kind of a personality now, and it should be good.
What do you do to create personality?
Well, facial expression. Hair, no hair. Big mouth, little mouth. Got to make the giant look like the bad guy, even though he isn't the bad guy. Jack's really the bad guy.
I've had a lot of chance to work with figures that are a little rounder. It's quite interesting. Still got to get the bones, but there's a lot of gravity at play.
I am just adding extra sand on the edge of the mirror for his hand. I'm just trying to figure out where the ridges are going to be and add accordingly.
So I'm aiming to get him looking down a little bit towards her so their eyes are meeting.
Once we get the shape of the boot done, then there's maybe a couple more windows and a door. And just detail, lots of detail.
This roll here at the hip. What?
My daughter was here, now I'm doing the gorgeous mirror.
So this is the final touch. Once this happens, there's no going back in here because you can't really clean it up.
You got him with that.
So this crack is like kind of stable, so I feel good about that. Shouldn't grow overnight.
Creating her hand, so she'd have a knuckle. I love hands, and I like to do them right. There's a tendency among novice sculptors to make hands either really small or really big. One of the things about hands is that a hand is as big as the distance from your chin to the middle of your forehead, see? So I'm mentally judging how big her hand is based on her face.
you always think you do something different in the end. I'm happy, and with what I did with Eben, that's great.
It never feels done, but I love it.
Well, sometimes you just got to say that's good enough.
It's hard without the master here to finish things, but I think it turned out well, so I'm pretty happy with it.
I can tell that the theme is for fairy tales. Quite astonishing that people can actually make this out of whole sand.
Absolutely fantastic.